What's up guys, Matt from the Football Boots team, and today we'll be creating our biggest, boldest and brightest custom ever by using a professional airbrush to make an all over rainbow effect. So as you guys can see, we're using the Nike Premier as our starting point, which we recently gave some iridescent touches to, but now it's time to take it up a level. You guys for an all over rainbow effect, so that's exactly what we've done. First things first, laces out. Wanting to keep our iridescent swooshes and ton looking fresh, we use some painter's tape to cover them up. The best thing about this type of tape is that it doesn't peel away any paint. Another section of the Nike Premier we wanted to keep as original was the pure white sole plate. Making sure all the areas are covered you want to protect with tape and tissue, the boot is all prepared for airbrush time. When we created our first iridescent custom, we used a Prevel spray system, but we faced some issues with how it performed. So what we did was get ourselves a professional airbrush trying to create a higher quality finish. The paint products needed to create the rainbow custom are as follows: Angelus 2 Thin, Neon Rio Red, Neon Lava Orange, Neon Tropic Sun Yellow and Neon Amazon Green. So how do you actually use the airbrush system? Well, first of all, you need to slowly and carefully pour the desired paint into the top of the airbrush. Only a few drops are needed. Next up, we need to add a couple drops of Angelus 2 Thin using a pipette. This is just to make sure the paint isn't too thick for the airbrush. So mix the two products together, use the end of a paintbrush and have a few sprays on a piece of paper to get it all working before moving on to the boot. Ready to start our rainbow custom, we wanted to make our toe box Neon Rio Red, which was actually more like pink. Holding the airbrush about 10 centimeters away, there's a button on top which is a little bit fiddly to use. You need to push the button down to release the air and then push it forward to release the paint. So that's how you control how much you're using. Being the first time we used the airbrush, Tommy started by going very gradually, but you can obviously add as many coats as you like. Maybe something we could have done if you spent more time on it. Giving the toe box a final few touches in Neon Rio Red, we then progressed on to the next section of the Premier. This time using Neon Lava Orange, we added it straight into the airbrush. There wasn't any need to clean it because of each colour being very similar. One thing you need to do again is add Angelus 2 Thin. Mix it and have a practice spray. But once it's done, you can crack on with the airbrush section too. Doing the mid portion of the boot now in Neon Lava Orange, Tommy used the same gradual technique but also had to go over the Nike swoosh. Orange midfoot completed, here's how our rainbow boot was looking, but now we needed to clean out the airbrush for paint number 3. A few squirts of water, a mix and then spraying it all out is all that's needed. Our next colour was Neon Amazon Green for the heel cut. So after we added the Angelus 2 Thin, Tommy sprayed that section but also knew that he'd be using another colour in between the green and orange for a gradient effect. Once coated, the Nike Premier was looking completely different to its original whiteout design, so we now used our final colour of Neon Tropic Sun Yellow. Because Tommy left a little space between the orange and green, all we had to do was spray yellow in between and it made for a cool extra, especially because he continued onto the orange with more yellow. All wrapped up with the airbrushing, we can now remove all the tape and tissue to see how our Rainbow Premier would look with the previous iridescent touches. As always, just be careful to not aggressively pull off the tape as it can chip the paint. But here's their final look, and as I promised in the intro, it truly is our biggest, boldest and brightest custom to date. But what do you guys think? You asked for a rainbow design, so here it is. Let us know what type of custom we should do next, but guys, I hope you enjoyed this one. Thanks for watching, cheers.